Former U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is facing explosive new allegations after a report claimed she may have taken political cues from the leader of a controversial religious group that former members have described as a cult. According to a years-long investigation by The Washington Post, Gabbard's relationship with 78-year-old Chris Butler, the founder of the Science of Identity Foundation, was far deeper than previously understood. The report alleges that Butler, who reportedly does not use a computer, would verbally share his views and directives with secretaries and close allies, who would then type up and circulate those instructions to a small group. According to former members cited by the newspaper, that circle sometimes included Gabbard herself and even her parents, both of whom are said to have long-standing ties to Butler. The report claims that between 2014 and 2016, Gabbard's public statements, policy memos, and even her congressional voting patterns often mirrored directives allegedly linked to Butler. In one example, highlighted by The Washington Post, an email instructed Gabbard to, quote, "get it started in the morning," and urged her to introduce legislation that would punish countries whose citizens fought for ISIS. According to the report, Gabbard introduced that same bill just 1 week later. The newspaper says it found dozens of instances where her positions either matched or closely resembled guidance allegedly originating from Butler. However, people close to Butler repeatedly denied that he authored those directives. The allegations don't stop there. According to The Washington Post, loyalists connected to Butler allegedly created dozens of social media accounts dedicated to promoting and defending Gabbard's public image. Some of those accounts reportedly became especially active after she announced her resignation from President Donald Trump's cabinet in May. The report also revisits Butler's controversial standing within the Science of Identity Foundation. Former members described him as far more than a spiritual teacher. One former member wrote in a 2017 Medium post that followers were raised to believe Butler was, quote, "God's voice on earth," and that questioning him was equivalent to offending God himself. Another former member reportedly told The Washington Post that Butler wanted, quote, "to rule the world." The report further notes that Butler has previously criticized America's intelligence and defense agencies, describing them as institutions run by, quote, "madmen." That allegation has raised fresh questions because Gabbard herself went on to oversee some of the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world. Adding to the controversy, Gabbard's aunt, Dr. Carolyn Sinavaya Gabbard, has previously alleged that Tulsi Gabbard's 2020 presidential campaign was also part of Butler's pursuit of political influence, and Gabbard herself has publicly referred to Butler as her guru. The newspaper says Butler's close associate, Sunil Khamenei, denied that Butler wrote the directives and instead claimed responsibility for them himself. However, The Washington Post says its analysis found several indications suggesting Butler may have been the author. A spokesperson for Gabbard strongly rejected the report, calling it, quote, "a blatant example of anti-Hindu bigotry." And in another twist, Gabbard's resignation was announced just 2 days after The Washington Post informed her team that it intended to publish the investigation. For now, the allegations remain fiercely disputed, but the report has sparked a new and intense debate over who may have shaped the political rise of one of America's most prominent former intelligence officials.